broken by the gods who gave it life, then abandoned it. We have been left to fend for ourselves, our divine essence bonding with the plants, which we reshaped into weapons, bonding with the sea, which then reshaped us. Next was the insects, and then the beasts of the land. We found remnants of the gods, chaos, the power to transform reality, but it was not meant for us to wield. The secret societies, with both noble and selfish goals, have tried to control it. Something has changed. Gaia has awoken from her slumber, and Asunder has begun to devour itself. The Naga have betrayed the Alliance. Demons flood the Black Isle, and the dead have begun to rise. Most deny the end is coming, but we've seen the signs and cannot turn back. We are the Seekers, and we will find the answers wherever they take us. Our story can be your story.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Asunder, Gaia's Judgment. I made them all one word. This is episode 5 of our campaign. My name is Becca Scott, and very soon I will introduce you to your fearless keeper for the evening, Amy Vorpahl. We also have Jeremy Walker, Chris Wu, and Satine Phoenix as our players this evening. And this is sponsored by Asunder, which is the role-playing system that we are in the world of. What is Asunder, you may ask? Oh boy, I can tell you all about that. And you see these gorgeous minis, these books, this Seeker's Guide and Keeper's Tome are currently on Kickstarter. That's right, if you go to bit.ly/AsunderRPG, that's the short link, or just search for Asunder on Kickstarter, and you can read all about the system, you can see a quick start guide. Asunder is this incredible dark tabletop RPG. It's set in a dying world, a world that doesn't have any metal, and everyone has drawn upon the essence left behind by the gods. They come from different planes of existence. There's Bakari, the animal people. There's New Gaia, the plant people. There's the people of the Black Isle that are warriors, and there's the flying people of Sky City to whom gravity is no object. And of course, there are the mainlanders. Now, mainlanders may not seem like much, but they can wield chaos. That's the power of the gods themselves, and that's the character that I play in this show, because I think chaos wielding is super awesome. And the players are called Seekers, those who have seen the signs of the end and want to find out why, want to know more. What is this Gaia all about? And Asunder, oh gosh. Yes, I've got minis to show you. So, fun fact, the minis are a stretch goal in the campaign, in the Kickstarter campaign. And of course, if you've ever been involved with a Kickstarter or been a backer to one, you know that there's stretch goals. So even though Asunder made its goal on day 1, there are still so many things that can be unlocked, including more episodes of this show with backers like you jumping on board. So 3 of the minis have been unlocked, and there are 9 total that could come into being. These gorgeous dice, and so make sure that you go check out the Asunder website. Without further ado, I should remind you that we have incredible giveaways. We're doing a giveaway each week from the donations given to us from Dragonburn Designs at dragonburndesigns.com. Tonight, we are giving away, oh my gosh, it's episode 5, and the big one is for episode 6. So that means we're giving away another dice tower. These sweet little baby dice towers. It's very portable. You could throw it in a backpack or gently place it in a backpack and bring it with you. And I don't have the one in my hand this evening because it's so far out of my reach, but we're going to be giving that away at the halfway point of the show tonight. So make sure you stick around. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to want to pop on over to twitch.tv/TheBeccaScott, because I only know how to do a giveaway in one place. But I did figure out some cool things with overlays for this week. So that was my technological improvement for the world of Asunder. So stick around for that. And without further ado, let me bring to you your fearless keeper coming to the stage, Amy Vorpahl.
I didn't see you there. Hi, I'm Amy Vorpahl, the keeper for this evening. Thanks, Becca. Dang, you're adorable. What a good salesperson. Y'all, we only have 3 more minis left to unlock on the Asunder page. So also just so you know, it's bit.ly/A Asunder RPG. If you don't do the capital, it might take you somewhere else. But highly recommend you get there. Check that out. We're so close to unlocking the 4th of 6 minis. So that's really close. And it's very exciting. We've got a lot to get into today. And last week was one of my favorite episodes ever. We really, really got into some of the characters. They interacted with who the Seekers assume was Gaia. And she did tell them a lot about the seed and the cave paintings that they were seeking. So we'll see what happens now that they've got those cave paintings interpreted from what seems to be a pretty reliable source. Now, what you need to know about Asunder: no gods, no metal. Thank you, Matthew Mercer, for explaining that to us. All of our players are seekers, and they are seeking things like truth, power, and most of all, belonging. Every player in this world, every creature or every person really is a human. There are no real races. There are only ways that the humans have learned to use their essence. And just so you know what essence is, it's a thing inside all of us humans. The gods created humans and they left behind a piece of themselves. That is called essence. So every human does have essence. Depending on where they grew up, does paint where they are attaching their essence or what they're able to do with their essence. So let's, without further ado, meet our characters and learn where they learned how to use their essence. They're all seekers, and let's see what paths they've chosen. They're all level 3 after having interacted with Gaia herself. So they all are on expert paths now. And just so you know, in Asunder, the way you choose paths has everything to do with the narrative. There's no real choosing based on what you want. It's more like what your character has done so far. So you need a narrative explanation as to why you're leveling up. So we'll hear about a little bit of the narrative from each of these characters, and we'll see who is playing with us today. So we'll start with actually our own Jeremy Walker, who is playing Onyx Obsidian. Tell us a bit about Onyx, Jeremy.
Well, Onyx, as many of you have been following along, Onyx is from Sky City. We're called skimmers. What we can do is manipulate gravity, which means that we can fly, we can leap very high, very far, and land like a cat, just very, very still, very calm, very nicely. And being from Sky City, Sky City is the place where all the nobles like to spend time, and the politics there can be very, very dangerous. So I'm no politician, but I like to think that I am right up there in terms of power with them. And there's always the great game that's going on in Asunder. It's always in effect. And according to the rules of the game, everything's legal as long as you're not caught doing it. And so the politicians who can't be seen doing things, they like to have people like me do their bidding for them. So we created a nice little group called the Society of Shadows. And I've been fortunate to be a part of that group, and I've leveled up to a shadow. I'm not going to tell you any more about that. You're just going to have to find out what a shadow does and all the cool things that I've leveled up to.
Oh, secret, says the shadow. Okay.
Oh.
Next up, we have Sonia, played by Satine Phoenix, and she is from the land of Pakari.
I am Sonia of the Crystal Grass tribe in the land of Bakari, we who are essence bonded with beasts. In my youth, I bonded with a strange creature never before seen, Palm, my flying jaguar with massive black condor wings. I am of the bonded path. This deep bond grants me Palm's feline beast aspect, animal magnetism, and claws and climbing abilities. I am a soldier and guide to Nira, and on our journey, I've evolved to the expert path Beastmaster. I unleash the primal, I can swipe, and I've got super sweet natural armor.
Yes, one with Beast. That is Sonia. And next up, we've got Nira, played by one and only Becca Scott, a mainlander.
I may be a mainlander, but I am so much more than that. I am a leader, and I am one that steps into a new land and claims it as my own. That cult is mine. I'm taking it with me. Deal with it. That might have happened. So, near a wayfinder. Hi, it's Becca here. She's a risk taker. She does anything for a thrill, which is her fatal flaw, which led her down the path of chaos. She is bonded with chaos, and this means that, well, she can do a lot of awesome stuff, but it comes at a cost. She can essentially harness the power of the gods. She can create shapes out of thin air or for a limited time, or like an animal avatar made up of a sort of like discordant goo, but discord is the side effect of such behavior, and the more chaos one wields, the more discord they accumulate. Now, I have leveled up to a Chaos Adept, which means that I can control chaos in a whole new way, and I can push it even further. And typically, I'm supposed to roll a die and potentially have bad consequences every time I use my chaos powers. But if I instead use the power of controlled chaos and flux, then I can have a chance to not feel any effects at all. I can basically like shove it down the line. But then there's always a chance for an explosion around me because the chaos has to go somewhere. It needs an outlet. And if I don't properly dispense with it, like by shunting chaos, shunting discord, as is one of my abilities, but you know, if you shunt somewhere, nobody wants to go in there for a while. So things can go badly for a Chaos Adept, no matter how adept they are.
Yes, with every power comes a consequence and responsibility. Which leaves us with our final but not least player. This is Pyrus, played by Chris Wu, and Pyrus is from the Black Isle, where the demon hunters roam.
I am Pyrus from the Black Isles, hailing from the T'Chan clan, where my essence is bound to my body, turning me into a living weapon. Over the past couple of days, I have constantly thrown myself into the center of the melees, trying to absorb as much pain as possible. Thus, I have taken the expert path of an arena fighter, one who excels at being constantly surrounded by enemies and who has higher defenses when he wears little or light armor and he moves at a quicker pace.
Perfect. So let's get into what we're about to do and what we're about to see. This is the 5th out of 6 episodes that we have planned so far. So the penultimate episode, high drama, and we are moving right along. Last time, if you weren't able to watch it, no worries. I've got a quick summary for you, but I'll say this at the end too. Please go back and watch at least the last hour, where we really got to see a lot of what the characters were, and we got to see our brilliant actors, players really do some expert role playing. I got to play basically a deity. It was really, really fun, and one of my most favorite experiences in role playing ever, and it was couldn't have gone better. So to toot my own horn, I'm very proud of this group of people, very proud of this show, and episode 4 is going to be cherry on top. This is what happened last time, though. Our seekers were so close to their target destination, the Wellspring, where they would use the seed of Gaia and activate it to gain knowledge about the cave paintings that Pyrrhus had experienced when he was young. Only one man and his giant Weta beetle stood in their way. Yansok, the leader and the great martyr of the insect weaver death cult, stood up by his Alcazar and watched as Pyrrhus and the master hunter Tam teamed up and nearly killed his precious Natalaki, his bondmate beetle. Sonia and her bondmate Palm instead snuck up, flanked and attacked Yansok, bringing him to his knees and Natalaki to his side to defend him. He turned into a weakling that no one had ever seen in this form before. He begged for his life, but Onyx produced the tiny wooden beetle artifact that Tam had given him and activated it, rending Natalaki from Yansok's bond and instead attaching her to Onyx somehow, who became the proud new father of a giant Weta beetle. Daddy Onyx. Yansok begged to have his Weta beetle returned to him and for his life to be spared. And Nira said she would grant the wish with a peaceful transfer of power. He was in no position to barter, so he addressed his thousands of followers. Remember, we're talking about the leader of a death cult. He directed them to turn their worship to Nira. A riveting speech from Nira herself was all it took for her to inherit a death cult. Mommy Nira.
Yes!
Now, interrogation time. They learned that the Council of Mothers and the Red Alliance had forced Yansok's hand. He felt he was mitigating damage with his death cult by killing a few hundred humans a year and allowing them to pass with their dignity intact. The Council of Mothers and the Red Alliance left them alone, their quota for deaths being assuaged, and Yansok swore that if they interfered, they would they meaning the Seekers, if the Seekers interfered with this system that he's got going with this death cult, the Seekers would kill, the Council of Mothers would come and kill all the insect weavers on the island. But instead, the way he's got his system with the slower rate of deaths, he was able to grow the tribe, actually. The Seekers were perplexed by this information, but felt that activating their seed of knowledge at the wellspring might bring them clarity. They floated, flew, and plummeted to the bottom of a pit surrounded by waterfalls, the wellspring. Activating the seed allowed them direct contact with a voice, Gaia herself. She traded tales of their futures with her knowledge. So yeah, this is where I tell you to go back, watch the last 40 minutes of the episode. It was really some of the best monologuing I've ever seen from role-playing.
No way that was 40 minutes. That flew by.
I know. It's just wonderful television, you guys. Great content.
I agree.
Very proud.
Wow, we're awesome.
We were high-fiving. We were just high-fiving after the show. Gaia also revealed that even though she may never come to true power, she is hoping the Seekers will release her as she is, so that she may mate with the Demon Lord and produce an offspring who will save the world.
Hot as fuck. Sorry.
Yeah, hot as fuck. Rosemary's Baby shit. Birth the Demon Lord. Nira knows of the location. She's heard of this before. Gaia says... most people would think that Gaia's talking in riddles. She said, where the goddess's eye meets the serpent's graveyard is where she can come into power. It basically means at the edge of the earth, when a massive storm meets the place where the serpents, the great sea serpents, go to pass or die. So Nira knows maybe the only woman with the means and the insanity and the love of chaos to get them there. Chaos meaning just randomness, not necessarily the essence form of chaos. But this woman...
That's not a coincidence.
Not a coincidence. But yeah, Nira knows she loves just the randomness that life can give, especially in the open sea as a pirate. Captain Lorraine Flagon, who Nira spent time with on her ship as she was being raised. We're going to move forward a couple of days as they make their way onto the mainland onto the seafarers' city called Megalith. As they leave, Master Hunter Tam stays behind. He resumes his quest to recruit fighters for the Black Isle, converting any awakened soldiers for himself to take with him to the Black Isle, and he forces Yansok to help while their new great martyr Nira is away. So they've got the death cult covered. You all know, besides roaming every square mile of vast ocean looking for Captain Luray Flagon, there is one place where Nira knows to seek any seafarer, especially the notable slapdash and hardy Captain Luray Flagon, and that is Megalith. I'm going to read a bit from the book. This is directly quoted from the book, just to give you a sense of what kind of fun flavor text you get with the purchase of Asunder. Situated on and over the rivers near the center of the mainland, Megalith is a great bustling port city, a place of freebooters and sailors, rife with crime and piracy, rough and ready, and a great place for misfits to find their home. Now you all, that's where the flavor text ends. Excellent flavor text. You all traveled by the Perrier, which is Onyx's bliced out ship, to Megalith, towing the Weta Beetle, Natalaki, strapped to the hull of the ship. And through questioning different contacts in town, you were able to find the captain. We'll soon discover what adventures you unearthed during your investigation that happened before this moment, where now you find yourselves pitted against Captain Luray Flagon in the Megalith, which in the Megalith, which is the town, and the biggest draw to the town is its Thunderdome-like arena, which is basically like a gladiator arena. It is built, the whole arena is made up of the Father Serpent, and that is the largest of all sea serpents that have ever been killed. I think we've got a picture of Megalith and the arena. It's really hard. You can't miss it. The arena spans so far, and it just sits over the entire intersections of all these rivers. It's really cool. So the Father Serpent's curved ribs create the 100+ yard Thunderdome-like cage. And just so you know, the Thunderdome is suspended above the river's intersection.
Yeah.
Ground oyster shells form a hardened, sand-like, almost concrete floor for the arena. There are no sides to the arena, which is raised above the river's intersections. And you know that huge carnivorous beings swim underneath you in the river's intersection, waiting for chum, aka arena losers, aka potentially you.
Never.
Yeah, I'm almost done talking. But for our audience, one of my favorite things about Asunder is the mechanic of secrets. And secrets are story points that I give to the players before the game starts, and they can choose to use them or not. Using them usually gives them some sort of boon, not an actual boon, which is also a mechanic of the game, but something that'll probably be good. It also continues the story in a fun narrative way, and could potentially either mitigate consequences or develop new consequences, while also making sure that they feel rewarded, whether it's narratively, mechanically, with their character, with a relationship. You can just let your imagination run wild. So we're doing something fun with secrets that I've never done before, and we'll see how it works. So in the middle of the arena, it's you all. I will ask Jeremy, is Natalaki with you or no?
No.
No, or at least not yet.
You don't bring your
so-
secret weapon out too early.
So no Natalaki, no Weta Beetle. Luray Flagon, Captain Luray Flagon is in the arena against you. There are 10 of her lackeys. Becca, you might know some of them.
I know most of them.
There are 5 basically teenagers, like just really young, like scullery type people who, I don't know, they may just be in charge of cooking on the ship, but they're here with devotion to Lorray Flagon. So right now it's 10, 15, 16 people versus the 4 of you.
Huh.
I don't
You
know
hear-
these teenagers.
What?
I know all of the lackeys, but these young ones, they are new to me, I tell my friends.
Nice. And you hear over the loudspeaker a voice that rumbles and says, "Let the fight begin!" And the entire crowd is cheering, and it is unclear which team they're cheering for. So,
Woo.
I think we have Lorray Flagon.
yeah, they might be cheering for Lorray
Oh.
Flagon.
We have an
Someone
image.
is acting really strange. She's like sitting in the back, not really saying anything, and just going to kind of just hang out.
Okay. Just hanging out. Okay. First of all, the way that the battle works is we do the seekers fast actions, and we do the creatures fast actions, then we do slow actions for both, and then we resolve end of turn consequences. So do any seekers have fast actions?
How far away are the other party?
Yeah, what is interesting is the way you entered, they really, because it's this, if you imagine a surface that's basically like a donut, and then that's where the spectators are. The arena itself is in the middle, and like the donut hole, it's a little bit lower than the outside donut, and that's where the bones are. So the way that they got you down there is through a cages made of bone that they had strapped together. So everybody, your team and the other team, were in cages right next to each other as the ropes were lowering you down. So you entered the arena basically together, but with, a fighter's honor and some guards that were preventing you from attacking until the announcer announced go. And you're now, everyone kind of separated. I would say you're about 50 yards apart. And if you keep in mind, the entire arena is about 100 yards in diameter.
Mm.
It's pretty
Cool.
big. Yeah. Almost like a football stadium, because a football field is 100 yards. From Texas, something you have to know.
And now you know.
And now you know. Anyone want to take fast actions?
So we're sort of grouped together, and then
They're sort of grouped together.
they're sort of grouped together. Okay, and then you said, is Lorray Flagon's group, like the teenagers and stuff like that, are they sort of guarding her, or?
At the moment, yeah, she's behind them, almost like a captain sending her troops forth. So when he says go, she's kind of playing it safe, trying to see what you do first. It's unclear what the strategy on their side is going to be.
I have an idea.
Hmm.
I would like to start with something small. I would like to induce mutation. Now, this is a level 0 attack. It's not my biggest guns. But I would like to target a creature or object in short range. And I'm going to make a will attack against the target's strength. And if I hit, then the impairment will take some sort of permanent change to their physical self. So I
Nice.
think I'm going to look for not one of the teenagers, but on Lorray's ship, which I'm very conflicted. She was my mentor and also my tormentor. She kidnapped me, and I loved her like a mother. It's a very complex relationship that Lorray and I have.
But they do have a name for it. It's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Stockholm Syndrome.
I love her.
I love it. Okay,
She's
Becca,
my
yeah, I would say-
Stockholm mama. You saw
There-
that blonde
yes.
hair.
And
Very
I
Swedish.
have these beings separated by their mutations. As you know, seafarers are very chaotic in nature because of the sea itself is so chaotic. So they develop these weird mutations, as if you imagine a polluted ocean, and fish are growing extra fins or a claw in the back of their head or whatever. So there are, yeah. I mean, is there any one in particular that you want to go for? I can
Yes.
describe their mutations, but
So-
there's 10 of them. So
Yeah, so there's the 5 like teenager lackeys that they're probably really easy to kill. I'm not worried about them, but
no, you shouldn't be worried about that.
oh good. One
They're
of the
wielding
lackeys.
wooden spoons and stuff.
Yeah, I know him. He is the one holding the helm, or is Lorraine steering the ship?
Actually, you would know that she does have a helmswoman named Chartreuse.
Ooh,
And Chartreuse, we do have a picture of her. Her mutation is so many tentacles that bleed from legs into tentacles. She's got extra tentacles kind of coming kind of everywhere, almost providing a bit of facial hair, like a chin tentacles.
Chinticles.
And some extra tentacles coming out from her back shoulders. So the Chartreuse would be who you know is bonded with her ship.
Oh, I know Chartreuse. Chartreuse is my enemy. You've seen the movie The Favorite, right? Where these two women, Emma Stone and, oh gosh, she's so hot and I'm forgetting her name. And Rachel Weisz compete for the love of the queen. To be her like secret suitor and best friend. That's me and Chartreuse, but like
yes, Chartreuse
not as
actually always makes uncouth jokes about her nether regions because of her tentacles, and she always jokes that she's sleeping with the captain. The captain lets her have these jokes, and she loves the weird randomness and rumors that it causes, but it's really, really unclear if anything that Chartreuse says is true.
Right. So it's really hard to induce a mutation that would make Chartreuse more strange than she already is, but I'm going to try.
Okay.
So it's a cosmetic change to the target. I think I want to give her extra eyeballs. So much so that she's confused as to where to look because that's just so much sensory perception. It's like being a baby all over again. I want to put an eyeball on every part of her body that doesn't already have a tentacle.
Yeah. And then, she might lose her balance.
Yeah, like thousands of eyeballs. It's just a sensory overload.
Okay, cool. How about like 5 more eyeballs? I don't know if you could just pop on 1,000. Eyes are very intense organs, but how about 5 all over the place? Just maybe even one on the end of a tentacle that's like waving a lot, so it totally jacks with her sense of balance.
Yeah, and I wonder, we haven't talked much about our professions giving us boons, but perhaps my background as a sailor, because I spent 7 years aboard that very ship. Perhaps
the Gwador, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. Okay, cool. So you roll to hit, I guess, and I'm looking at her defense, just
it would be
good.
Her strength, because I'll read it to you because it's very specific for induced mutation. So I'm rolling will, the target's rolling strength, and if I hit, they'll take a damage to d6 plus 2, and then must make a will challenge roll if it's a creature, and if it fails that, it becomes impaired for a minute.
Love it.
Oh, sorry. If it's impaired, then it gets a bunch of eyeballs.
Got it. Okay, so her strength is 12.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Let me get my dice.
I'm getting a boon. I'm rolling my will, and my will is actually, I get a +2 because my will, a +3 because we leveled up. And I'm going to take it on the will. Okay, so my will is 13. So essentially that gives me a +3 to a target number. All right, it gets tricky. Okay, so I'm rolling my will, and I'm rolling 1 boon for being a badass former, living on this seafaring ship. I got a 14.
14 hits because her strength's only 2. Yes, you do it.
Okay, yeah. So I roll the d20 and I roll the boon, and then I get a +3. So I had 17. Yeah. Okay, just kidding. I get it.
You super do it. So now I roll a will save?
Yeah. Now you're rolling a will save to see if she gets a bunch of eyeballs, and I'm going to roll a d6 again to see how much damage I do.
Okay, she got a 4 + 1, so that's 5.
Yeah, that's not enough. and
When Nira hits,
I got
I
6
just scream,
damage.
no! And I go running towards, like, whenever it can. This is like, I feel like it's all happening at once. And I just start running towards Chartreuse.
Oh.
Becca, how much damage?
6. I rolled a 4, and then +2.
Oh man. Okay, so that's not good. So you actually do see your friend react really strongly to this. And Sonia, what is your fatal flaw?
I believe everything everyone says.
Okay. So this is definitely going to be escalating the situation, because all of a sudden your friend seems to, or the rest of you, Sonia seems to want to defend Chartreuse. Is that right, Satine?
Yeah. So basically I'm running as if you hit somebody that I am in love with. And I'm just like compelled to run over to her and like see if she's okay. It's almost like like you've never seen Sonia care about anyone like this before. Even Palm is like, but then Palm kind of follows me as well.
Amazing. So that'll be a fast action for you to run all the way over to Chartreuse. And so Becca, you're able to plant a bunch of eyeballs, and that's kind of the inciting incident of this entire fight. So, ready, everybody, go. And then Chartreuse is just laden with extra eyeballs. Her tentacles are kind of going all over the place, carrying her, but just really trying to just reestablish her balance. And she screams like, oh God, oh no, oh, wait, like that. And then Sonia's running to her. What happens next? Is anyone else taking a fast action?
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just gonna, I'm really feeling like making a point, and so I'm gonna jump. Actually, I'm gonna leap, and I'm gonna grab one of the teenagers and throw him up, or actually maybe leap with him and throw him up to the bone healing or whatever that thing is, and just jam him into it.
Yeah, actually, that's really cool, because at the very top is the father serpent's skull, and it is over there, the entire thing. Also at the top is kind of the VIP boxes made out of bone, and the rest of this entire, it's made out of huge shells, but also the rest of the skeleton. And so you want to shove the teenager.
Yeah, so I'm going to jump the closest one to Lorray if I can. Yeah. What I want to do is just do lighter than air. I'm going to leap because I can manipulate gravity. Leap very high over Tim and pull a grab. And as I'm doing that, as I'm able to manipulate the gravity, it's pretty easy. I can just carry him because I can't imagine he's weighing much anyway. And just, stick him right up onto that bone there.
Are you trying to kill him?
Stick him on the bone.
Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. So
is this not a fight to the death?
That's sorry. Yes, if that was not clear, that is what the agreement is. A fight to the death or until surrender. And Nira, that it's not likely for Lorray to surrender.
Never.
Okay, so let's see. I want you to just make. You can do. What's lighter than air? Remind me.
It's gonna be. Oh, you know what? Sorry about that. I had it here, but I didn't have all the description written down. So, it is. I can leap great distances, dozens or even hundreds of feet at a time. Whenever I jump up or across, multiply the distance I can jump by 10. When I drop down from a height, I can fall 30 yards. So nothing really for, in addition, whenever I make a challenge roll involves jumping or climbing, I do with one boon.
Oh, that would do it. Okay, so go ahead and do, I want to see if you can grab the pirate. Is kind of the only real, like, you're basically dealing with a struggling teenager. So you just need to beat an 11 on your strength. Or, make it a strength check.
Okay.
But you get a boon.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's gonna be 14.
Yeah, all you had to do is get beat 11. So yeah, very quickly, you just to do this because he might not be dead just from you. I don't know. He could have a very slow death. So roll 3d6.
Oh,
He could have a very
sure.
slow death.
Slow death. It's a 13.
No, he dies. Okay, so I mean, it
grab
happens.
him. Yeah, just pull him up, and you know what? Onyx, for whatever reason, Onyx just has this obsession with just killing people through the eyes. So I've just grabbed him by the hair and the back and pull back on the skull and just both eyes through, and he's just sort of hanging like from the top, just sort of wiggling.
The lower jaw teeth of the father dragon.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I land and just stare right at Lorraine and just smile.
Oh, she's eating that. She's eating that smile up. Any other fast actions, Chris?
I was gonna take a slow action.
Let's take a slow action. Okay, so I'm gonna say the pirates are gonna move forward and attack you guys. There are 10 of them, including Chartreuse. I'm gonna say Chartreuse, though, with that crazy attack, she's a little stunned, and so a stunned person isn't gonna be able to take actions in the next round. So only 9, no big deal. Let me just go through these other 9. So one has a weird proboscis looking thing coming out of his chest. One has 4 limbs. One actually does have extra eyes on his elbows, very much like the creature in Pan's Labyrinth, but on the elbows. One has just spines, like pufferfish spines on their chin and on their shins poking out. One is covered in barnacles. He's almost indistinguishable from a rock. One has a dorsal fin. Unclear how that's helping him at the moment. One has just coral hands, like it's like just round a block of stone, but it's coral on their hands and on their feet. One, as they're running toward you, you can't really see it, but I'm just going to tell you, he's got 2 side mouths on his ass, on his hips, on the outside. Chartreuse has tentacles, and then one of them, you can't see what she's got. She's holding her hands very close to herself, and she doesn't have a mouth. Okay, so the first.
Wait, what's a proboscis?
Proboscis, it's kind of like a bee or hummingbird, or it's a long needle-like mouth.
Oh.
coming out from the chest in this instance. But yeah, it's unclear. You would know, Becca. You would know exactly what this does. This is kind of like the same kind of thing a leech has to drain your blood.
Gross.
And they plug in and just drain your blood.
Oh.
So we'll do that
like
one
a
first.
Galaki in Cthulhu.
What?
Galaki. It has these spines that it sticks into you and sucks out.
Oh.
Well, it puts its own goo inside you, and then you become a zombie.
I don't like it.
Okay, I'm just gonna go down the line for who they're attacking because they are going to attack. Or actually, they're gonna take. I'm going to say the first 5 are going to take fast actions. The last 5 are going to take slow actions. So the fast action ones are just going to arrive right on top of you. The other 5 are going to wait their turn. But Captain Lorraine Flagon, she throws her harpoon up into one of the bone spine, the rib cages of the father serpent, and there's a rope attached to it, and it looks like she actually does make it pull her up like a grappling hook into the air. So now she's not as impressive as Onyx, but she in effect is in the air, about 30 yards in the air at the moment. She's gonna, and it looks like she's about to like swing over you guys. So that was her fast action. Slow action seekers. That's you, Chris.
All right. Do I see a group of at least 4 that are within melee range clustered together?
Absolutely, yes. Actually, five people are really close to your cluster.
Okay. Can I get myself in between all 5 of them and like rush
Yes.
over there? Okay. Cool.
Yeah, you actually, you wouldn't even have to move that much. Yeah, but yeah, you as they come up, you kind of like a magnet just attract them all around you somehow, and then you do what?
Oh, how does dual wielding work? Can I attack 2 targets with dual wielding, or is it just a single attack?
You can attack 2 targets, and I think you have something that lets you. What was the new? Your arena fighter. You have something that lets you like makes you more powerful or hit more people.
I actually know, and what happens is for every enemy above 1, I get a boon for each attack roll. So in this case, since I'm fighting 5 enemies at the same time, I will get 4 boons. But I mean, I can only max out at 3. But that's why I'm asking if I can attack multiple targets.
Yes, you may attack multiple targets with dual wielding.
Okay, very cool. So I want to just hit the 2 closest next to me with these attacks.
Okay, we're gonna do the 4-limbed one and the eyes on the elbows one.
Awesome. All right, so I'll go ahead and roll for the 4-limbed one, and then I can add the 3 boons to that because of my new. The feature is called mob fighting. I'll read it out to you exactly. You learn to fight better when you're outnumbered. You get 1 boon on your attack rolls with melee weapons for every hostile creature beyond the first that can reach you. For example, if there are 3 hostile creatures who can reach you, your attack roll gets 2 boons.
Whoa.
Amazing. Amazing.
For the first one, I rolled.
You max out at 3 boons, right?
Yeah, from what I read, you can only do 3, get 3 boons.
Okay, thank
So,
God.
let's see. Plus my strength is now at 14, so that's 4 plus 10, which is 14 plus 5 is my highest boon, which is 19.
That'll hit for sure.
Okay, and I believe that is a D6. I have it written here. Yes, it is a D6.
Okay, what do you attack? What weapons are you attacking with, just so we can picture it?
So I'm dual wielding these black stone clubs that have that are pretty much jagged at the ends of each head that I got from the Black Isles.
Love it, love it.
All right, and for the first one, that is a 6 damage.
Woo! Okay.
And then for the second one, I'm going to attack Elbow Eyes. You're going to love this. That is a 5 plus 4, which is 9 plus 20, so 29.
Damage?
No, 29 to hit.
Oh, to hit! Oh my gosh! Yeah, that totally hit. Yeah, I mean, these. Just so you know, like these. It's hard because you guys leveled up so quickly to gauge what's happening. But even now, these pirates and the captain and all of that, they're seafarers. They on dry land, they are a little bit inept. They're out of their comfort zone. So you, as a demon hunter, it's no doubt that you're about to decimate at least a few of them. Yeah, you hit.
Do I get anything for rolling a natural 20? Out of curiosity.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and do an extra 2d6 damage.
An extra 2d6 damage.
Yeah, so you can have 3d6.
Oh wow, this poor guy. Elbow Eyes is taking 12 points of damage.
Nice. Okay, so not down yet, but I'll say so. They come running at you. This is what their captain Lorray ordered them to do. Run straight for you guys. And as they do that, you kind of step forward and are like come on, come and get me. And they take the taunt and they all kind of circle around you, which unfortunately somehow with your essence, it's like absorbing all of their energy and lashing out again. And as they approach, you just whip around with these stone clubs and you hack right into Elbow Eyes, right on his eyes. And this 4-limbed creature, you take out one of his limbs, his right lower arm. Sorry, everyone has 4 limbs. This guy has, I wrote down 4 limbs, but it's 4 arms. 4 arms. Not everyone has 4 limbs, Amy. So yeah, one guy has lost the use of one of his arms. You just broke it. You smashed into it. Amazing.
Cool.
These other 5 people are going to attack. So it's a slow action, but the guy with the dorsal fin is super fast. So he'll just...
That makes sense.
Yeah, he just has like super speed. He is designed. He is ergonomically designed. So he's going
the
to
Ames
attack.
chair of fighters.
What?
He's the Ames chair of fighters. It's an ergonomically designed chair.
Yes. So we'll do. All right, Becca. He's attacking you. Got a natural 20, no joke. So
I'm just in the middle of building my chaos. I don't even see it coming.
no, he will. So he would attack with a boon, except he's on dry land, so he only gets a couple of d6 damage, and that is...
Do I roll defense, or I really didn't see it coming at all?
No, natural 20 is just gonna hit. A natural 20 is gonna auto hit. So that's 4 damage to you. All these pirates have, you can see strapped to their back, they've got harpoons, but he's attacking with a bone war axe. So it's a handheld, sharpened bone war axe. You assume it's also from a sea serpent. And yeah, so 4 damage to you. That's dorsal fin. The guy with... I say guy. This one's the woman with coral hands and feet. Is going to go after Onyx after you've landed 18. Oh, I think that's going to hit. 18 plus 2 is a dirty 20, and she's just going to slam one of her coral boulders on top of you. That's 7 damage. The mouths on the butt is going to go after Pyrus. Only an 8 plus 2 is 10. I don't think that's gonna...
that misses.
That misses.
Butt mouth misses.
Butt mouth misses. Chartreuse is stunned. She can't take an action. She's just kind of sitting there. And I'm not going to tell her name yet, but the woman with her arms to her side is also going to... She's going to go for Pyrus as well. But let's see. She's going to do something a little different. This is going to be versus your agility, Pyrus.
Oh.
So tell me if I hit. Oh, man. Okay, so 6 plus 2 is an 8. I don't think...
My agility is 12.
Yeah, okay. So what she does do is she pops up an arm, and it's like it's a big wing, like a real, it's almost like a stingray, just like lets loose, and she's trying to suffocate you, like wrap around you, but you easily dodge out of the way, and maybe push one of her fellow pirates in front of her, and the captain has already done her fast movement. So now we resolve. Becca, you cast an essence power?
It was an essence power, but it was a level 0 power. So I'm keeping track of my power slots. I get 3 for level 0.
Okay, perfect. When you cast... When you use a power, don't you take discord or damage?
Well, we should roll that d20 now.
Oh, okay. So you're choosing to roll... Okay, go ahead. Well, you didn't push, though.
It was called... I did not push. It's called Induce Mutation, and I did take 1 Discord. So is it every time I take Discord, I roll the d20?
No, every time you push, you roll a d20.
Okay.
So if you don't push, you just take 1 Discord or 2 damage.
Okay. I think I
But
should.
pushing
I think I gotta roll
is gonna do either the die roll or the flux.
Got it.
You've got a lot of mitigating factors around chaos of like what's gonna do the least amount of harm to me and my friends.
Well, I took a
So yeah,
Discord.
but there's nothing really to resolve if you already took your Discord. But remind me, how much Discord do you have right now?
Well, I shunted last time, but that brought me down to 3. And I don't know if I was ready to shunt again, even though we rested twice. I don't know. Maybe everybody was like, you gotta quit shunting around us. It leaves a whole aura of chaos in its wake. If we were traveling in the Perrier, I don't know if I would have had time.
Amazing. Yeah, and you would have had to be around.
No shunting in the Perrier.
No shunt.
Oh.
Yeah, Onyx has
Alright.
a
There's
hard
sign
and
up
fast
in there that
roll.
says that,
Yeah, I was about to shunt. I was closing my eyes and so ready, and then Onyx walked over and was like, sign.
No shunting.
Awesome. So right now, everyone roll. This is the end of the turn. Everyone roll a perception check, and you're just kind of gauging the satisfaction of the crowd.
Do you like what you see?
15.
15.
Pretty mediocre.
6.
Yeah, so the boulders got Onyx dazed because I rolled a 3.
Ooh.
I have a 10.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Chris?
Oh, 6. I rolled a
6. Oh,
6.
geez. Okay, so yeah, y'all can't really tell except Sonia. You're very focused on chartreuse, but you can tell that the way you just sense that the audience is rooting for Captain Lorray Flagon's team, which is strange according to what Nira told you, because it seems like Lorray Flagon knows a lot of people in Megalith, and more often than not, these people who owe her favors seem to think that the favors they owe her are vengeful in nature, so they're like negative favors. So it's weird that they're also cheering for her at the moment. But really, only Sonia can register that. So now we're back at the top of the round. Any fast actions from the Seekers?
So I don't know if this is fast. I'm not moving at all.
Okay,
But
if you're not moving, then
There's a
it'll be
couple
fast.
things I don't know what I'm allowed to do. So I'm just going to tell you the intention. So
Okay.
what I would like is to look at Palm and kind of give Palm the nod to guard us so that Palm can unleash the primal and enlarge and be on defense. And then I want to say a thing to Chartreuse. Using my animal magnetism.
Holy cow! Okay,
Yes.
yes, that is all doable. I don't think talking counts as an action, so go ahead. Describe what Palm does when you unleash the beast.
Awesome. So the technical, he gets +2 bonus to speed, +5 bonus to health, and its natural weapons deal an extra 1d6 damage. But basically, it's like a soldier. It's a statue, and the wings come out, and you hear like the eagle in the background. Everyone's like, "Where did that come from?" And the wings just kind of come out and stretch, and then grow and grow and grow, and the whole thing gets bigger. And the black paws just kind of like just turn into these almost like big, massive, like elephant type feet, but they're like in size, but they're just big cat feet. So it's like boom, boom, and just like roars at anybody who might be close.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
what Palm does.
that's incredible. That is amazing. So, yeah, Palm is now the sentry of all sentries. And the rest of you all you do notice this happen. It's really hard to miss. And it's what you think is strange is what are they doing over there? They're not engaged in this Gladiator Thunderdome fight for whatever reason. They're on their own agenda. So it kind of freaks you guys out. Then you want to talk to Chartreuse.
I'm gonna whip out all of my Bandera's animal magnetism, and I just like run up and I stop. And so essentially there is mechanics for this as well, but also I would just like to kind of lean into the passion of what I'm saying. Something about me is just irresistible. So I'm going to try to attract her to me, and I run up. Chartreuse, you've never met me, but I know you. I know you quite intimately. The Grador, I know all about you and the Grador. I was with you, in a way, in the Void Spark retreat during the very special Void Spark cult retreat orgy that you were in as well as I was. I know you, and I kind of lean in. I know you. I'm not here to fight you. I feel a passion towards you. And I'm just kind of like cooing her. I'm like, and I reach out my hand and I say, come with me if you want to live.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I want to. This is one of the secrets that's revealed. So I want to let's travel back in time to that moment. I'll paint the scene, and Sonia and Satine, if you wouldn't mind helping me, just jump in at any time. So this is,
it's in our eyes. We can see it in our eyes.
you see it in your eyes. There's this
In her eyes
vision,
and mine.
and it's from the past, and it's this moment. Sonia, as we know, is helped out the Void Spark, which is a chaos cult that worshipped chaos and sought to learn more about it. Sonia was drawn to it because of her beast, and she wanted to understand her bond with her beast a little bit more. She brought them artifacts, and in return, they allowed her to be part of the cult without actually taking vows for the cult. And in this one instance, this one night, volunteers were allowed to journey to Megalith and embark on this very sensual journey where they would attempt to understand a living ship a little bit more, find out what made it tick. The whole premise of the retreat was basically an orgy, and in layman's terms, they were going to screw a boat.
Both Palm and I joined in the festivities. We were both young pups. Very curious. We learned so much that night. A lot of decadence. There's a lot of layers of these organic ships. But one of the things that's very magical is you breathe the essence in a way of all the other participants, whether they're close to you or far away. And Chartreuse, oh, the ship feels such passion for Chartreuse, and I in turn have that passion inside of me.
Yes, through the ship, you were able, you saw in that moment, you saw what the ship saw, and you knew that Chartreuse was its bondmate in a way. They spoke together. They formed an empathic bond the way that, not as deep as you and Palm, but very similar. And so you were able to see through their eyes, and Chartreuse was able to see through the ship's eyes. And as your bodies rubbed together that night, you saw in your mind this beautiful version of this woman with tentacles,
sensuous
tentacles, and you had that experience, and you know that through having that experience, you shared a very important moment. You're human, so you both have this essence, and in that moment it meshed together. So it makes sense to you that you would protect this woman who shared this experience with you. I don't think anybody else in your group would know this. So when,
unfortunately,
yeah, fortunately, but so when you alight through this vision with Chartreuse as she's stunned and laying there, you look deep into her eyes, and she looks into yours, and she blinks, and you know in that moment she is yours. She is yours to command. She goes limp until she hears from you what you would like her to do.
I wrap my arm around her waist and I point her face at everyone else, and I say, fight alongside us and we will bring you back to your ship.
Oh, dang it, I should have done damage to somebody else.
And then I make out with her real quick.
Yeah, you make out you make out with her real quick. she's got a bunch of eyes now. She's a little bit discombobulated, but she is absolutely compelled by you. And on your turn, you can compel her to either move her speed or to use an action. So she can only take fast actions. But yeah, that was a really good use of your secret and palm. So we'll see what happens next round when you've got her in your thrall. Any other fast actions?
Yeah, I'll take a fast action. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna go after that. That was intense. Before I take my fast action, I want to yell out to Nira and be like, "So, are we killing them, or are we just beating them up?"
Leave Lorraine for me, but beat the crap out of them.
Got it. And at that moment, I want to go right back and hit elbow eyes, and you know what? I'm gonna take a swing at mouth butt.
Yeah. Take a swing at mouth.
So yeah, I'm gonna take one of my clubs, and I'm gonna spin around, and I'm gonna do like a backhand smack on the elbow eyes, and then when I come back around, I'm gonna hit double fisted onto mouth butt.
Perfect. Okay,
right.
So roll to hit both.
Okay, cool. And now, am I still surrounded by like many?
You are. Yes. Only 6 seconds have gone by. So yes.
Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go for elbow eyes real quick, and then that's 14 plus 3 equals 17 plus 4, which is 21.
That hits.
All right, so the damage on that is going to be a 6.
Awesome.
Oh, elbow eyes, poor guy.
Oh, yeah, seriously. I'll have you describe that in a second, and then.
And then mouth butt, it's
mouth butt.
15 plus 5 plus 4 is 24.
24 hits.
Okay, 24 hits, and then that's a 1.
For damage?
For damage.
Okay, no big deal. So you swing around. I want you to describe what happens to elbow eyes.
So yeah, the first hit, I'm assuming I hit one elbow eye.
Yes.
And then the other one, I come back around with this spike club, and I guess when I hit it, it ruptures the other elbow eye. But I want to get it in a way that it hits the funny bone as well as the eye, so that it's that really, really bad feeling. And then
rude.
And as he goes down, I don't want to kill him because I don't think we're trying to kill all of the crewmates on the ship that we're trying to borrow. So instead, it's just a boot to the face to knock him unconscious as I come around and swing at mouth butt.
Yeah, that's a really good call. Yeah, you recognize that the people you're fighting are ironically the people who are who are ultimately in charge of maybe reaching your ultimate goals. So this is tricky for you, but you can definitely do non-lethal damage and just knock them out. They're totally unconscious but not dying. Incapacitated, and then you do spin around and you land both of your clubs onto mouth butt, but it hits the soft cushiony part of the butt, so it's not quite the mouths that are on the sides of the hips, and you just get a jolly jiggle, the way that butts are supposed to work. Just some jolly jiggle. You got to learn to love it. All right, other fast actions.
Yeah, so Onyx is a little dazed, I got hit with a giant boulder. So, Onyx rolls up, like kind of off the ground, picks himself up, and is going to grab one of his arrows and shoot at the woman that's got the arms by her side.
Oh, yes.
But as I'm about to release, something kind of goes over me, and I start to recognize her away.
Yes.
And which brings me back to
doodle-doodle-doo. You're transported back to a moment earlier that day, and when you arrived in Megalith, everyone knew it was a matter of time. Time is of the essence, and you needed to find Captain Lorraine Flagon. But Megalith is a huge city full of all kinds of seafarers with all kinds of mutations. and you all split up. You, Onyx, decided that from Nira's description of the Grador, which was Captain Lorray Flagon's ship, you could investigate it, find it at the dock. You moored the Perrier closer to the waterships than the airships, and you sought out the Grador, hoping to find a clue of where Captain Lorray Flagon would be, if not herself, on the ship. So,
yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so what I was able to do is get the Perrier down to the docks closer to the Grador so I can investigate it and take a look. And of course, you know, being Onyx Obsidian from Sky City, there's no way they're going to let me down on the dock to take a look at the, you know, the seafarer's boat, right? So one thing about me becoming a shadow is that I can shapeshift. Therefore, I have taken on and assumed an identity of someone whose life I took years prior by the name of Clay Cerulean. He was a seafarer who I used to do a lot of business with. And what he did is he was going to take my life in a situation that he shouldn't have done that. And I don't know if it was true or if it was just me being instructed by the nobles that run the seafarers. But I took his life instead and assumed his identity. And now that I have his identity, I can be Clay Cerulean, the seafarer, and make myself available to go onto the dock.
Yeah. So it isn't Onyx Obsidian who walks down to the dock or even disembarks from the Perrier. It's a totally different person. A blue eye. I am at, or do you want to describe Clay for us?
Yeah, Clay is my height, my build. He's got everything pretty much. You know, I would say that Onyx is better looking, of course, but that's neither here nor there. But Clay's, he's got. He was bonded with I guess it was maybe it was a lobster or something, or some sort of. So he's got like the lobster claws and maybe like the thing, And one thing about him is, lobsters mate for life. So Clay had a partner who doesn't know where he is. So, I took liberty with that situation a couple of times and would say, oh, I'm just coming into town. And I digress. That's a totally different situation. So what he is he's an average guy with a lobster look, and he's just
average guy with a lobster look. Totally. Yeah. Which doesn't sound average, but in Megalith, of course it is. Everyone's got some weird mutation going on where they wouldn't really fit in other places, but in Megalith they sure do. So here comes Lobster Claw Clay down the dock, recognizes the Grador from the description that Nira had given, and you approach the Grador, and as you do, you're just looking at it right now, the name drawn with paint on the stern, and you see something a little strange about the main sail. At the top of the mast is a woman. The mast being the big long pole that holds the main sail, and at the top of it, instead of a crow's nest, it's actually a woman. And as she brings her arms to her side, you can see that part of her is somehow the sail itself, and her little claws and tentacles that were also attached to this wing-like stingray sail disengages from the yards, which are the horizontal beams. They disengage and just kind of like fold into themselves as she brings her arms to the side. Her black eyes seem constantly open, and you notice that she has no mouth at all.
Yeah, and when I'm looking at her, at the moment I'm still clay because obviously I'm so close to the grotto now that, in total seafarer mode. And, I look at her and she just seems so like, just a bliss. Like she's just so happy to be, in this position that she's in, almost like I don't know, just born to be here. And so, I approach as clay and I'm like, and I get a little bit closer and I look at her, and as she turns with getting her wing out, I notice that there's a kind of like this circle with an X tattoo on her, just on her body. And being a shadow from Sky City, I recognize that that's the symbol of the Society of Shadows, which is a group that I'm a part of as Onyx Obsidian. Therefore, I shapeshift back into myself, which totally throws her off, and reveal my own tattoo of the Society of Shadows. Connecting with her, and now we're...
Yeah, she climbs down the mast. And this is, even though Megalith is a city full of piracy and bootleggers, the Society of Shadows is insanely small, and they stick together. They're all from Sky City themselves, but that doesn't mean that that's where they are in the world now. So she not having a mouth, you see that her eyes are fairly emotionless as she climbs down the mast, noticing your attention. And she seems aloof until you do reveal, you change. I mean, this is a dangerous thing for you to do, because if anyone was watching, they would know that you are now two different people. But you're in the Society of Shadows. You looked around, you made sure no one was watching, and you were able to shift. And even though she can't talk, her eyes actually do reveal her surprise and a little bit of fear. And she looks questioning at you.
Yeah, so I look at her, and I just, first instinct obviously is to, is she gonna try to attack me? And so, I grab onto my glass-bladed axe, but, I quickly release my hand and say, and just give her the little tattoo again and say, and then even at that point, she still sort of looks like she's a little bit weary of what's happening. So I decide to just to manipulate my gravity a little bit and just sort of levitate off the ground, so she knows that I'm from Sky City and I'm not just shape-shifting into someone who might be part of the Society of Shadows, that I am actually part of the Society of Shadows.
Yes, she recognizes your greeting and reveals her own essence, and it's clear that her own essence is these sail-like wings from a stingray. They go well past her actual arm span, and her wingspan is very, very vast. She's got more material, more flesh-like wings than it seems practical, but definitely practical for a mast. So she reveals that, and then you watch as it tucks itself away with tentacles and grasping claws on the perimeter of the mast. Her mouth is still gone.
Yes. So at this point, I want to get on to the Grodor and really figure out how we can take this ship and really connect with her. But there's this devotion that she has to Captain Lorraine. And we're not really able to communicate that well, but we do.
Well, you can talk, she can't.
Yeah. So I'm just sort of blabbing my Onyx blabber, but she's understanding me, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but I get the sense that there's this deep devotion to Captain Lorraine.
Absolutely. Yes.
I'm trying to figure out, well, how can we how can I get her onto our side? And sort of now at this point, I'm starting to lose kind of the memory because I'm still a little dazed from the boulder. So I have to, yeah.
Well, you know that the Society of Shadows has very few rules outside of the circle. You know, do whatever you can to finish a contract, but within the society, there is one of these rules that is basically, I mean, it's full and an abject allegiance to each other. And if a Society of Shadow member asks for help, that person, the helper, must help always. There's not a response. No in general. There's no response to a society member. The issue and why people don't normally do this is because at that point
no means
you would
no.
owe,
Sorry, just kidding.
no means no. But you would owe the helper. So you're trying to figure out how to address her, but you just remember that even though she can't talk, she took the same vows into the society as you did, and if you ask her for her help, she has to say yes.
And she can't ask for your help back, really.
That's true.
I mean, look, she can write. She can
Yeah.
she can write.
And being in the society, there are certain gestures that we can make that at least let us know. It's like the Freemasons, for example. They have their secret.
Oh
handshake.
yeah.
It's very similar to that type of situation. So I do reach out and I'm saying, can you show us how we can convince Captain Lorray to give us this ship, to let us take this ship? Is there anything that you can help us or you can tell us? We just, I'm coming to you as a member of the society, as someone that obviously I would never put you in this position if we didn't need to be put into this position.
And yet you have invoked the Society of Shadows. And so she looks at you with a bit of resentment because she knows she has to say yes. And she gives a slight nod. And you explain, at this point, you know that you will need her help in the arena. And she gives a slight nod and we go back to the arena fight where
I'm still holding the arrow, but at this point, the recognition comes again.
Yep. And you look at her. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. I
look at her, and as I'm just about to pull, she looks and it glares right at me. I give it a little bit of a little wink, and obviously pull back the arrow.
Yep.
And at this point,
she looks one more time at you with resentment, but she knows that you have invoked the society vow of help, and she unfurls her wings, extremely big wingspan, lets the wind take her up and up and up and up and up, and folds over at least the amount of space that you are taking up. Not the entire arena, but so Lorray Flagon is on the outside, still swinging, but a 50-yard diameter semisphere is covered in darkness, total blackness, which will give every single one of you, when we come back from break, a sneak attack for free.
What? All right. Stay tuned. We're coming back in 10 minutes. That's 7:45 if you're on Pacific time, or 45 after the hour. And when we get back, we're going to do a giveaway of one of our Dragonburn designs. So don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So glad to have you. We're about to kick into the second half of Asunder episode 5 of Gaia's Judgment. But I just want to tell you a little bit about Asunder, what it is. It's a role-playing game system, and it is currently on Kickstarter. Our friend Adam Lawson created it along with some amazing people. Let me read these names because it's incredible. Okay, so Adam Lawson, he was the producer of Tabletop, if you've ever heard of that little show. No big deal. The game mechanics of this game, Asunder, were built by Brian Engard of Fate Core and Rob Schwab of 5e. So yeah, it's not just a basement RPG, which is also very cool. But it also has huge names that help develop this thing, and it's awesome, and we've been having such a blast playing it over these 5 weeks. The Kickstarter campaign is live, so we want to get those stretch goals. Go check it out. Go to bit.ly/A Asunder RPG if you want the short link, or just go search it up. And 3 of the 9 minis that are stretch goals are unlocked. So if you want to see more minis, if you want to help other people unlock more minis, go back it. Go check it out. Or at least give it a share if you don't have the funds to back it at this moment. Let me show you some of these minis I'm talking about. Look at these gorgeous things. You got a Sky Dancer. You've got the Bakari with their beast bonded, essence bonded companion. And of course, seafarers, as we're in the middle of a heated seafarer battle. So we should probably get to the giveaway that we're doing this evening. And I'm going to bring our friends back in so that they can celebrate with us. Hey, everybody. Onyx is eating a banana. He warned us of this. It's not his fault. He's eating a banana, and I said I would stall a little bit, and I didn't.
You know, when you talk to someone with no mouth, it really, and you call upon a vow, it makes you so hungry.
Oh my God, how does she eat? All right. So actually, we're gonna have to stall one more time because I need everyone to type !Lore, and it is spelled Lorae in the Twitch chat for Captain Lore Flagon, of course. Once you type that, you're entered to win this dice tower, folks. You're going to have to whisper via Twitter or Twitch your address of where I should send it, and I will mail this to you along with some Good Time Society stickers. Also, because I got a lot of stickers that I made, so you're gonna get some of those too, just for funsies. But it has a custom wood burning of Asunder art, and dragonburndesigns.com gave us these to give away to you, so congrats. Not congrats, big thanks to them. It was because I read the word congrats. Belated congrats to Satine Phoenix, who is now engaged.
Yeah!
Thank you, guys.
Yeah!
I love love.
Amazing.
Yes!
Jameson's amazing. Thank you so much.
Is that a Blythe ring? Is that a Blythe on that ring?
There's a lot of
Yeah.
Blythe going
Look at
on right
Look
now.
at
that's all I'm
that
saying.
Blythe.
Just so people can believe you
Love
when
it.
you say that your fiance is amazing, can you show this tray
Oh my
of snacks he
goodness.
prepared? They look very healthy, which is
Every
love.
time I do a stream, he makes this beautiful arrangement. I don't even know what's happening or where he came from. But he this is tonight's.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I just devoured it. Yeah.
That's
he's
how you be a
incredible.
He
keeper.
is best.
Oh my gosh.
man.
Do you know what he is? He is the embodiment of the paragraphs of feast descriptions in Redwall.
Someone
The
gets
Redwall
that.
novels?
Someone knows exactly what you're talking about, and they're saying yes. Okay, now it's time. We have 23 people entered to win this Dragonburn Designs mini dice tower to be shipped off to you. Shipped. Shipped is the word I meant to say. We've got a lot of ships tonight. Okay, I'm going to roll it. Is everybody ready? Hold on to your pants. 3, 2. Cardman 2467.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Cardman.
Yay, Cardman! All right. Well, congrats to Cardman. Everybody go check out the Asunder Kickstarter campaign. And without further ado, back to the Megalith.
back to the megalith arena. We enter back into total darkness from Onyx having called upon his Society of Shadows vow of help that Chartreuse. No, sorry, not Chartreuse. Her name is Lady Mast, believe it or not. Lady Mast drew forth her wings and brought the entire arena as you know it into darkness. Now, the minute this happens, all 5 of you are able to do 1 sneak attack at somebody who you were clocking before this. So let's do Onyx first.
Well, I was clocking Lady Mass for a second because I rolled to shoot her, but that's not going to happen, obviously. So I'm going to do
Wait, no, it sure can. Onyx, I mean, this is the Society of Shadows. You can do whatever you want. If you want to attack the person who just helped you, I am all for it.
I would. You know, Onyx is a dirty fighter. Very dirty fighter, and not really the probably the best guy in the world.
You're seizing the opportunity.
That is true. But you know what? In this case, you know, she's my society member. You know, my fellow brethren. I can't do that to her. So what I am gonna do is I'm going after boss.
Lorraine Flagon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because there's one other thing that I was able to do. Yes, we can do sneak attacks, but being a shadow, that sort of just doubles that for Onyx Obsidian. Because I have something called light steps, which means that I can make 1 challenge roll to sneak with 2 boons.
Ooh.
And so I'm going to go, and being that I would like to see, maybe being the keeper, you can tell me if this is okay or not. But I would like to, since, what's her name again? Flagon? Yes. Flagon is hanging, right?
Yeah.
I'm going right up there and cutting her down.
Oh, nice.
And with my light steps. So I'd like to do that with my glass-bladed axe.
Okay.
And I would like to leap. So however far would you say she is from me?
She's just 30 yards above the ground.
Well, I can
do
leap
hundreds of
30
feet.
yards. Yes.
Yeah.
I can do that. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to cut her down.
Okay. This is what I'm going to say happens because the cloak, basically this big old fat stingray wing cloak is covering everything. You knew that was going to happen, and it was basically going to provide this darkness. But Lorraine Flagon's swinging overhead. She misses getting in the cloak, but you're able to use this like weird, semi-sphere as a bit of a trampoline, boing. And not that you need it, but you are able to shoot yourself straight for the rope that coming from her harpoon that she was using as a grappling hook. So,
and let's just also say that the Blyce that I have in my sunglasses, because I do have Blyce glasses, are reflecting light. So I'm like, everywhere I see and go is lit, well lit. So any light that may be seeping through is blicing off the Blyce.
Totally.
And
yes.
going, and so that's leading the way.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
on.
you're very equipped to make this attack. So go ahead. I don't even want an attack because you're attacking with your illegal glass weapon, but you aren't attacking her. You're just attacking the rope. So really, I want you to make an agility check to see, because she is swinging. So you're going to have to do a little bit of acrobatic managing and placement of your body to put yourself in the exact right position.
Okay.
But you do get 2 boons.
Yeah. All right. Well, agility, let's see. Oh, sorry. I got cocked over here. So 14 on the die and 5 and 2 on the boons.
Sounds like 19.
Yeah, agility it's going to be a 17. 17 plus the
5.
24.
Yeah. Okay, so you're able to use the gravity and the trampoline that your Lady Mast is giving you, and you're able to calculate it just like doing the strange physics in your head as to where you're meant to land, as she's also flying through the air, and you barely have to do anything as you just lift your blade and let her rope that's connected to her harpoon slide through it. So you don't have you just place yourself and let it happen, and she is now going to fall, and you're going to have to roll some damage, some falling damage for her. So it's 30 yards, 3d6.
Ooh.
Can I do a fast action to try and help her?
Oh, shoot.
This is my mentor.
Absolutely, yes.
3d6 to Lorraine Flagon?
That's right.
She is my everything, and if someone is going to kill her, it will be me.
I don't want to kill her.
I'm going to try and create a net below you, but...
Oh, okay, so is this a chaos power?
I'm going to use a chaos power, yes.
Yay. Okay, first of all, I want to know how much potential damage she might take. Onyx, how much did you roll?
7.
7, okay. But now, what are you doing, Becca? Nira?
Okay, Nira is going to create matter for a duration of 1 hour. This is how I made that leaf armor thing before. And I take Discord, but I can make a weapon, a bundle of ammunition, a tool, or something that will last for an hour. But I want to make a net that is stretched between two of the bone arches.
Awesome.
So that it just she'll bounce slightly instead of dying. 18 potential damage. I don't know how much it actually was, sorry. But that's a lot. And not.
Okay.
Lorraine will not end like this.
So you're not only protecting her from damage, but you're also placing her exactly where you want her. Could the net also, like, as part of my casting of it, it is like a sticky net, like it's going to sort of trap her inside. Oh, jeez. yeah, like a spider's web.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So she's now essentially rolled up in a strange cocoon on this spider's web. Maybe not as intense as that, but yeah, you definitely cast your net and catch her in it, and as she bounces, but the net goes with her, and she is now trapped limb to limb. Her harpoon is up in the air still. There's nothing left for her to hold on to, and she rolls around trying to get free, but you've got her exactly where you want her.
Oh, and I also, as I do it, I look up to the outer rim of the arena, and up high on a pedestal, I notice a shell-shaped viewing box, and I give a dirty look of consequence in that direction.
Are you calling on your secret at the moment?
It sounds like I am.
Okay, so as the as the seekers arrived in Megalith, you have already, that that one of your members has already found Captain Lorraine Flagon, and you know that you're going to enter into a battle in the Megalith arena. But you seek out the only person you know who holds any power over Captain Lorraine Flagon. As you all know, the rule of the seas is whenever a captain is aboard her ship, her rule is law. So the law, maritime law, is very precarious and strange, but also oddly absolute and specific in that the captain of the ship, there's just no question. There's hardly ever any mutiny in Asunder. There's just strict obedience for the captain. So in Megalith,
It's beautiful.
there's
It's
a bunch
like
of
a death
captains
cult.
running around. Huh?
It's as beautiful as a death cult.
It's as beautiful as a death cult. But you know that there is someone who's treated a little bit more sacrimoniously than others, and that is the custodian. He is known as the custodian. He's basically Megalith's mayor for the sole purpose that he survived this long and knows the ins and outs of the cities and has just made the right deals. So do you want to say how you came into the Megalith, or the Megalith mayor's, the custodian's presence?
I do. Do we have an image of the custodian?
We do not. He is
okay.
well, yeah, actually we do.
Yeah?
Oh.
Did I put one in there?
This is what I see him as. If he's survived every Megalith battle and lived to tell the tale and become the unofficial... Oh, I didn't hit the button. Then...
Yes, the ultimate serpent hunter, seafarer. So he actually does have... He's beefy and has some scales on his body that protects him. He's covered in scales and gills and all kinds of living gear.
And he's not one that just anyone can see. You must know someone to see the custodian. And I call upon a courtesan, a friend I know intimately. Sonia would be proud. And her name is Alonia. And Alonia has told me many things about the custodian over the years because she has serviced him, some would say, and can arrange an appointment at short notice. And I step into the custodian's VIP box, the huge clamshell that hangs from the father
Actually,
serpent's
Becca, will
spine.
you show the view of the Megalith arena again? Because I can show you where this actually exists.
Absolutely.
See where the bones kind of all converge in what looks like a bit of a fortress or a tower? What? Up there are the VIP boxes, and his specific box is a big old oyster / clamshell, very ornate and soft. And he basically right in the center of that, and there's a hole cut out, and he's looking straight down into the fight. That's how he's able to view it. But at the moment, this is before the fight, and he's just spending his time taking some meetings, maybe observing some fights that happened before yours. And that's when Nero Wayfinder is admitted into the VIP show. And he looks up and says, "I don't know you."
You will soon enough. I am the one who will bring back Gaia and restore her power. Nero Wayfinder. Remember the name.
Gaia is a myth.
Many things that were once myths have come to pass. You say none of them could be possible because perhaps you have not seen them from this tiny hole in the floor?
I know of 2 things. My city that survives on money and blood, and I know deals.
Well then, I'll get to the point. I'm here to make a deal. I want you to call the battle in my favor and my companions, no matter what happens. Captain Lorray Flagon must not succeed. And if this is true...
You are fighting Captain Lorray?
I learned everything Captain Lorray knows, because she taught it to me herself. And now...
Did you learn how to be crazy?
Do you want to see crazy? And I pull up a Chaos Servitor in my hands, and I just create a ball of light and energy, and I whip it around him. And I lift him up off the ground, and then I drop him. Yes, she taught me crazy.
That is interesting. That is a fight that I will watch. But I do not call fights as faults often.
We'll give you a show. We'll give your viewers a show. That's all you need, after all. But there is something very important that I need from Lorraine in order to restore Gaia. Is there anything that you need in return? Perhaps something at the Serpent's Graveyard?
What?
The Serpent's Graveyard.
You are going to the Serpent's Graveyard? Nobody comes back from there. She sure has taught you crazy. She's just... Wait, what do you need from Lorraine Flagon?
The thing that set me on my journey to begin with. Her guidance. She will never give it willingly. She will only give it if it is fought for in a test of wills and strength, and is, by an unbiased third party, called against her favor. I just need a guarantee.
I need something from you, then. You're right. I had no idea you were going to the Serpent's Graveyard, but I have sent pirate after pirate after pirate there, and none have returned. I will call Well, there are two things. First, what I need from the Serpent's Graveyard. A heartstone, the biggest heartstone you can find.
A heart stone?
Basically, a serpent's organ, life force. If you bring that back to me, get the biggest one you can find. Surely there will be one in the depths of the ocean. I have engineers working on a clean energy solution that will power my entire city based on a heartstone. But it must be massive. I will send you on this journey. But that means that I will need you alive, and that means that I will need Captain Flagon alive, because her ship will be the one to take you, I imagine.
Yes.
So I will call the fight in your favor. But you must make a compelling argument. If it is a shutout, there is nothing I can do. My city will smell a rat. Me. And I will never be a rat in my own city.
The only shutout potential would be the other way around. I'm sorry for Lorraine, but I have grown much in my power since we first met, as have my companions. They are more powerful than any seafarer I ever met. I will find you your heartstone, but there is one thing that I would ask for in return.
Another thing?
Well, a heartstone. I have to disrupt my entire plan. I just want a VIP box on reserve. No big deal. You've got. I saw an empty one. I could make an empty one.
Wait, okay, you want the season's pass?
To the Megalith.
I cannot. Yeah, I can only. If you bring me
access to your guest VIP booth.
Oh, just access to it.
Yes. I don't need to be here every night. I just would like to have an open door.
Okay, we will call
For
That
bringing
is a
you a new
favor.
source of energy. Only if I am successful in bringing you a Heartstone, the largest in the sea.
To be honest, it is the father serpent's heartstone I am after. You see, we have his bones. We have his skeletons that we have built the architecture of the arena with. But we have never located his heartstone. And the investigations all point to the serpent's graveyard.
Well, you've never had brave enough warriors willing to search for it in the right place.
It is not bravery that my pirates lack. It is stamina. I will call the fight in your favor. I like this offer very much. You shall join me in my VIP. I would like to talk to you anyway next time you're in town with my Heartstone. But once more, you need to compel me. Put on a good fight. My city must not be confused.
A fight you will have. And there will be deaths. But Lorraine and I will survive. To maintain our bargain. And as I go, there's just like little sparks of chaos everywhere where it had once been in the room. Just sort of as I turn on my heel and don't look back.
And I think you are or you've got enough discord where I think if you have 4, then once more the reality around you is warped. You leave behind a draft of chaos with you, weird smells and changing colors, things that just look odd around you. So yeah, as you leave, you're like, dancing with a bit of
it's
chaos
like
around you.
visible fart lines of discord linger behind
Absolutely. And speaking of fart lines, so yeah, you feel confident. You sneer at him as you capture Lorraine Flagon in your net. He sneers back, and he makes a notion that a motion that is like not yet. And that's a good sneak attack. I am lost. Where are we? Who hasn't taken a sneak attack?
Just Onyx and I did.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Okay, so Sonia and Pyrus. Who wants to go first?
Pyrus, you go first.
Oh, well, in that case, I actually, just to change things up a bit, I want to take the closest guy, but mouth butt. I'm not liking mouth butt. So I will actually, how close are we to like maybe the center? I'm assuming, is there a way to, is there like an area that leads to the water below?
Sure. Yeah, all around you. I mean,
all around.
Yeah, I mean, y'all are kind of in the center, but for this, I'll say you're closer to the edge.
Is there any way
difficult.
for me to just grab mouth butt and just toss him off into the water?
Yes, there is a way. The dice shall tell. This is insane. So yeah, you fight better surrounded by other people, Pyrus. You want to launch him. That's a grab. So that'll just be a strength check, but I will give you, how many boons do you get fighting around other people again?
I get 1 for everyone after the first.
Yeah,
so...
there are 5. So
okay, then yes, I'd probably get 3 for that then, huh?
Yep, max them out.
All right, I'll go ahead and roll. That is a 14 on the roll, and then my highest is a 5. Is this a strength check?
Strength check, yep.
All right, then that adds another 4, brings it to 23.
Oh my gosh, yes, that 100% works. In the darkness, you still are clocking exactly where Mouthbutt is. You only pinged him. Yeah, you got the butt jiggle from him last time, and that's all. So he was standing up and kind of gave you a grin as his jiggly butt jiggled, and you were not having it. You were enraged. You latched onto him with your arms and hands, grabbed him, and tell me what happens.
Okay, yeah. So I grab him. I put my clubs away, and I run over to him and I grab him, and then I lead him over to the side, as the closest side that I can find, and I look down and I see all the things that are swimming in the water below, and I just yeet him off of the side.
Yeet. Yes.
Yeeted.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Yeah.
after I see that happen, I look up to Lorraine and I yell at her, "I bet you're wishing we bet more on our little game."
Are you invoking your secret?
Sure, why not?
Okay, perfect. So I bet you wish we bet more on our little game. You all split up at the entrance of Megalith, and from Nira's description of Lorraine Flagon, you know that you kind of went off on your own. You know that she shares Nira's love for chaos, not necessarily the power, but the rampant randomness that life provides. And while they were out searching for clues about Lorraine, where she might be, what her weaknesses are, you stumbled right the heck upon her, Pyrus. You are the one who found her first. She's in a seedy pub casino called the Oyster's Pearl. And yeah.
As I come in, I recognize her immediately?
Yeah, absolutely. She's
Okay.
she's tossing. I mean, her presence is so big and loud, and she just takes up space. And from what Nira described, we do have a picture of Captain Lorraine Flagon. If you see Becca, she's the one with the red sail behind her. Icy blue, soft, like almost purple but gray hair, and a lot of skin showing. Living gear of spikes and barnacles, just cover like almost in a loincloth barbaric kind of shape. And she is just throwing so much shade over the people she's playing cards with.
Mommy.
I'd like to walk up to the table, and is there an open seat?
There is an open seat, yes.
I'd like to sit down, and I'd like to look at her, and I'd like to say, I hear that you're Captain Lorraine Flagon. Is this true?
Aye.
Well, we are in need of your ship and your crew.
Are you? Right, everyone. Apparently, there's someone else who needs my help. And everyone raises their glass. Lorraine!
We are willing to pay very handsomely for transportation.
I bet you are. Of course you are. I wouldn't take anything less than very handsome pay.
Then we are in agreement.
We are not. I don't just let any passengers on my ship.
Then what will it take in order to convince you to give us transport?
What do you say, me shanties? What do you say, me hearties? What would it take for me to let a passenger on me ship? And someone raises their glass and says, money. And she says, no, it wouldn't. And someone raises their glass and says, someone crazy. And she goes, that might interest me. Are you insane?
I'm not, but one of the companions that I travel with is quite insane.
What a coincidence that they're not with you at the moment, and I can't see their brains at the moment for me to be convinced rightly.
Perhaps you are familiar with her? Her name is Nira.
Yes, well, anyone can find out about a captain's past, can't they? And just recite a name back from my past.
Well, I promise you, she is my companion, and we are on a very important quest.
I don't believe you. There's no way that waif survived after me. I took good care of her, but she She was a nothing on my ship.
Then tell me what will convince you that I am traveling with her?
Oh, I it's not my job to convince myself. If you're gonna play Bones and Leaves with us, play Bones and Leaves.
Then let's play Bones and Leaves. And I put down whatever pearls I have left. I think I have 6 pearls left. And I put them on the table right in front of myself.
So that's the last of your money.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, and so
Or actually, you know what? No, let's up the ante on this. I'm gonna put down the Root Seeker armor you gave me.
oh, now where did someone like you get something like that?
That's unimportant. Will this suffice as an ante?
Deal him in. So it's definitely the dealer hands out cards, and it's made of thick hard, it's card like, but it's made out of leaves, almost a papyrus type of shape. And as you pick it up, it's not symbols that you see. It's literally like skeletons and bones from humans and bones from animals, and that's how they're defining their card game. And so you pick it up and you place your bets, and then the dealer deals out one more card. And I want to we'll play this a little bit like Texas Hold'em. So we'll say this is the last round, and I'm going to make you make an either intellect or will versus her. She's going to roll as well. Let's see first. Actually, roll a perception check first.
Okay.
And this is going to be harder. You're going to need to get a 13 or higher on this. This is going to see if you can almost immediately discover if she's got a tell.
Okay. I do not. That's a 5.
That's a 5. Okay. So you have no idea if she's bluffing or not, but you automatically were all in. Let's see what your hand is like. So roll an intellect check and see it. Do you have any professions that might help you?
I looked. I don't think so. Plant tender, demon worshiper, agitator, and tracker. Not much of a gambler here.
Yeah, not much. Okay, so again, you're gonna need to get a 13 or higher, no boons.
Okay.
So this is what your hand is like. It has nothing to do with the way you tell people what your hand is like or how you bluff.
I rolled an exactly 14, but my intellect is 9, so it brings it to a 13.
Okay, well, a 13 is what I said, so you have to meet or beat it. You have a really good hand, but there let's say it's like 2 pair. So there are hands that would be better than yours, but there are hands that would be worse than yours, and you decide, I mean, this is a hand that you do need to honor and keep betting. So go ahead, and now you're going to see how well you bluff. So this is just a deceive check. This is going to be your intellect against her intellect.
Okay.
And actually, she's got a +2. So I'm going to roll. I got a 2 + 2. I want to nope. It's got a 2 + 2.
I rolled a 3 - 1, so a 2.
Oh, a 4. A 4 beats a 2. So she reveals at the end of the hand, she reveals her hand. Do you decide to show your hand or not?
No, I just put I just keep my cards down, and I say to her, "All right, so now we played your stupid game. How about we talk more business?"
The last time I won a piece of armor this expensive, my throat was on the line. My entire being. How do I know you're not going to come after me in the middle of the night? I've got enough flack all over this city coming after me.
I'm not here to start a fight with you, but if a fight you're looking for, then a fight I'll give you.
You really are insane. You gave up that piece of armor just to play cards with me? What do you say, boys? Should we let him on the ship? And they go, no, this guy is insane. No, I don't want him near me. And she goes, oh, I'm just, I've never won anything this amazing in my entire life from a card game. You want to fight, and now you want to fight with me? What is going on? How drunk am I?
Look, if you want to bet, we have something much better to bet.
What is it, crazy man?
Well, we have an airship, and we have a very large Weta-beetle that we have traveling with us. We have many things to bet, but let's say we play a different kind of game.
I'm all ears.
I saw a very large arena as we walked into town.
You couldn't miss it if you tried.
How about we play a game in there?
The entire pub is listening now, and they start banging their flagons on the tables, and you can tell that they're rumbling for support, rumbling, flag on. And she says, oh, an arena fight. My crew versus your crew?
That's right.
And one of them you say is near a wayfinder.
Yeah, so you'll be able to tell if I'm lying or not.
Well, I'd like a chance to put her in the grave that she somehow escaped from getting off my ship. We're in!
Good. And if we win, you give us passage to wherever it is that we are looking for.
Sure, wherever it is. And is that where? Picari? New Gaia?
No questions. We will tell you once we win.
All right, crew. All right, me hearties. You heard him. We're after a fight. And so it's revealed now that it's Pyrus's fault that you all are here in this arena. He's feeling a ton of responsibility in this moment. You are at this moment, you feel like you're in a good place in the fight. However,
I panicked, guys. I panicked. I didn't know what else to do.
And there are still a bunch of, they still outnumber you.
Thanks for not giving up my ship. I appreciate that.
Our ship. We're brothers now. Everything belongs to both of us.
That's not how siblings work.
So Pyrus, why don't you dole out the rewards?
Oh yeah, everyone. Now I channel my group mind ability that I learned from demon hunting.
Freudian.
Hunting. And everyone gets temporary +10 to their health.
Whoa.
The next attack they get to.
Oh no! One. Each person gets only one of those. So.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So you can only pick one.
Got it.
Oh, we pick or he picks?
No. Pyrus will choose one. You can use like more than one person can get +10 health, or more than one person can get the 1d6. But each person can only get one of those three.
Got it. All right, then I guess everyone's gonna get the 1 + 1d6 to damage.
Oh my goodness!
Nice. On your next attack.
Wow.
So, yeah, his group mind kind of radiates through the rest of you, and you each feel just a little bit stronger. He's channeled his essence right into his body and outwards into you guys. So. That and you this is right after he tossed one of the hardies off the boat.
Mouth butt.
Mouth butt. Old mouth butt. We'll never see mouth butt again.
What did you say? You yeeted him off?
Yeeted.
Oh yeah.
Yeet. Yes.
Do you know what that? Do you know what that is?
But that should be that should be like a melee attack or something. Where like something yeeting.
Yeah, we've got to add that mechanic in. So Sonia, you still haven't done your sneak attack yet.
I turn around to see what is happening, not knowing what the heck has been going on behind me this whole time. How many people are still around?
Several. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lackey pirates, 4 little teenager girls and boys, and then your chartreuse, who you have under your control, and then Lorraine Flagon.
Okay, so I'm going towards where Pyrus is because everyone else seems like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Pyrus is all by himself, so I would like to take the 3 of us, charge a group, and just go to town. Cause with my swipe ability, that's another 2d6 on top of my d6 on top of my d6.
Oh my gosh! So which one are you? Yeah. So you now have 3 people, 3 people, including yourself, attacking. Who are you targeting? We've got the proboscis leech. We've got 4 arms.
Oh, the nasty one with the thing coming out of its face. That is for Palm. No one else wants to go near that one.
Okay, yes. So let's make Palm's attack then. And Palm is like a massive flying jaguar now.
Yeah. And also gets a d6. Now, does Palm also get an extra d6?
Sure.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
I think Pyrus included Palm.
Always. Okay. So, that is a 19 on the die without anything.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, totally Palm hits.
All right. So, that is 3, 4, and I believe 7 points of damage.
Amazing. So how does Palm attack? Like, does he stomp right on?
It's more like fingers.
Oh, okay, got it. Just super feral. Amazing. So he's not quite down, but yeah, Palm reaches out with his claws that are out, and he just like pounces like a kitty.
Giant kitty.
A giant kitty. Blood's everywhere. This guy who had sucked a bunch of blood, it's just leaking out from himself now. Who are you attacking, Sonia?
The one closest to Pyrus.
One closest to Pyrus. That would be, we'll say dorsal fin, because he got there fast. He got there faster.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Okay, that is a... Where are my bonuses? There's 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Yeah. And that's going to be, what, 4d6, did we say?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like 2 plus 1 plus the extra 1.
Yes.
That is going to be 13. And 13 plus 5 plus 2.
20?
20 points of damage.
Describe it.
I hate his dorsal fin. I'm like laser focused, and I start, doing my feeling like I'm kind of running on all fours at this time, and I just go for the fin, and I grab it, I tumble upside down, I take my back feet, and I just kind of pull and rip off.
Yeah, as you rip off, you just didn't know that, like, yeah, it looks like this extra growth, but what it really is it's part of its nervous system, so it's attached to the spinal cord.
God.
And you as you rip it out, you like pull out some vertebrae and crack and bend the spinal cord. So this guy just has zipped over to Pyrus. There's no coming back for this guy. He's not incapacitated. He's just totally dead.
No one told me the rules of this game.
Yeah. If you do in this game, if you do in one hit the amount of damage or surpasses their health, dead. Like, there's just, if they're not a player character, that just dead. There's no incapacitated. It's
That's
just,
awesome. That was
yeah.
actually Sonia going, I didn't know we're not supposed to kill anybody.
that's very, very, very much Sonia. That's like a great escalation. And now
And
you have
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse as well.
All right. I don't know what she can do. What can Chartreuse do?
Well, if she was running over there with you guys, then that's kind of all she can do, because she can only take one. She can either move or attack. So she's just kind of.
She'll be guarding. She'll be making sure
Yeah.
nobody comes at us while we are tearing people to shreds.
I love it. Okay, perfect. Now it's their turn. We'll make this fast. They're all going to team up. So I'll just roll a bunch. The Blood Leech is going to try to suck Palm's blood. So 13 plus 2 is 15. And we said he was a medium animal, right?
Yeah.
Let me pull. Sorry, I don't have him back up. but
I
let me
forgot
see.
about the link.
Sorry.
Oh, Palm. Don't get hit by that thing. It's nasty. You're gonna catch
And I said 13 plus 2. So 15. Yeah, his defense is 14. So this is going to suck Palm's blood. Palm takes 7 points of damage. By the way, Palm has 20 health.
Thank you.
Then, so I'll say that Lorraine Flagon is incapacitated, or I'll just call her grabbed by the net, which means that she can't take an action. And so these 3 people are going to attack Pyrus. He's a good target. And Pyrus, what's your armor class? Or sorry, defense? 14. I think only 1 hits. 14. Is that right? Pyrus?
He's muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. My defense is 16 now.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because you're an arena fighter. Okay.
Yeah.
So those 3 all miss. We've got 4 arms coming at you. Somehow you're able to dodge. Spines on the shins. They're doing kind of like a Muay Thai kick where they just use their shins as swords. I'm doing it. You can't see it. And then the woman with coral hands and feet are also trying to bludgeon you. But your rage is just having you spin and dodge and doing the Matrix thing. Then we've got 4 people who are going to go after Onyx. Let's see. No. And 2 will hit. 1 is 14 plus 2 is 16, and 1 is 19 to hit. Is that right? I'm pretty sure that'll hit. Okay,
Yeah.
so now let's roll damage for these guys. 3, 6, 9, 13, and 3 is 16 damage. As the person with barnacles all over themselves that just looks like basically a stone is going to just land on you and try to crush your feet and legs. And the woman, oh shoot, it was her, wasn't it? Okay, minus.
Whatever you said was right.
Okay, whatever I said was right. Okay, so the woman, so you now owe her, and she's the woman, the stingray woman, Lady Masked, is going to wrap herself around you, and the weird tentacles and claws that were on the perimeter of her mast are going to dig into you, and so she's now attacking you. After having provided the darkness for you guys all to attack.
I thought we were, you know.
I know, but you're not the only one who can play dirty. It did feel very bad. It did feel very bad. And Lorraine is trapped. So
what's my damage? You said?
16.
Wow. All right.
All right. Onyx, what are you at?
Well, that would be for just this battle. I would have taken 23 damage.
And how much health do you have?
18.
Oh, so you're incapacitated.
I am.
Okay, so that means on your next turn,
It's a fight.
you're gonna have to roll to see if you are closer to death. You're gonna have to make some death checks, I think is what it's called.
No, we won't let that happen.
This is tricky. But we're back to the top of the round, and it's anyone who wants to take a fast action.
Can I, being incapacitated, can I summon Natalaki?
No, on you. You can no longer take actions on your turn.
Okay.
Give me 1 second because I wanna get this right. This is the first time we've gotten here. So 56. You are
dead.
No, you're not dead, but you're dying. You're unconscious. Just so you know, mechanically, you're not a creature, you're a player. So, this is crazy.
You're a man creature.
All right, no. Okay. Who's at the top of the round? Because at the end of the round, oh wait, this would be the end of the round.
God.
So creatures other than player characters, player characters are disabled. You have to make fate rolls. Fate rolls at the end of each round. You are disabled. Roll a d6. On a 1, you start dying. On a 6, you heal 1 damage and are just become impaired. A roll of any other number has no effect. But if after 3 consecutive rounds you are still disabled, then you become unconscious. So you're only disabled at the moment.
Okay.
And you're defenseless and you can't take any actions.
All right.
Okay. You're not.
So when can I start rolling d6s?
Let's start rolling now. Yeah. This is
All
the
right.
first turn that you're disabled.
5.
5. Okay, that's 1 round where nothing happens. If after 3 consecutive rounds you're still disabled, where nothing happens, then you're going to become unconscious and stop making the fate roll. So you're just like laying there at the moment. Okay, top of the round, Onyx, you can't make an action this round. Who's taking a fast action?
I'm going.
I got it. Yeah. I've been watching from afar as well, and I'm gonna try and help if Sonia can't.
I do the whistle for Palm.
Okay.
And Palm being a giant cat with giant wings gets a +2 to the speed, and I hop on and I just go directly for Onyx.
Okay.
To kind of, I want Palm to cover, and then me to figure something out.
Yeah,
I'm an assassin.
You're an assassin that's really good at killing people. But you would know, because Nira, you've got the sawgrass, right?
I have a bloodthorn.
Oh, okay.
I also have sawgrass.
I'm guarding, so the two of us are at least protecting him from being hit anymore, from anything else happening. We're protecting.
Okay. All right. And that's how you want to spend your turn?
Yeah, basically
Okay.
I go in and I'm looking at Nira.
Okay.
Since Sonia's
Nira?
taking her turn to move, could we make contact because of our connection? And she can swing by me and grab the bloodthorn that I'm wearing on my hip, on the outside of what I'm wearing, and we all know that I did not use my bloodthorn when everyone else did, when Pyrus was incapacitated, in our last adventure.
Yes, that's great, because that's basically Palm's movement and Sonia's movement, so they're able to swing by and grasp Nira's bloodthorn from her hip And I imagine that's because, Nira, you want to do something else.
Yeah, I think that this makes it a slow action for me because I have to take the time to run closer because I was kind of manipulating chaos from the outskirts of the battle. I was still in it, but no one was really coming for me in the same way because I could manipulate things ranged.
Okay, perfect. So
I stab Onyx in the arm.
You stab Onyx in the arm.
Oh, chest, right?
Chest.
For a Bloodthorn?
Oh. Wherever it hurts the most, and also helps. That's where I want to stab.
In the eye.
Yeah.
Not the eye.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Let me see if I'm...
you actually, Onyx, then you heal yourself your healing rate,
Okay.
Yeah.
which is
Which
a
is
quarter. 4. So take that. You, by the way, you can't go past your max. So you only get to, you said 18?
Yeah,
You get
that's
to
where I'm
18.
at.
So subtract 4 damage from 18.
Okay. Okay, so I'm back up. I'm back in business.
You're back in
Courtesy
business.
of the Bloodthorn.
You got a
And
giant
that crazy
cat lady
Natasa. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, yes.
The plant weaver who we murdered
Yes,
when she offered to help us and be our friend, but she turned out loved that.
Yeah, because Asunder.
Yeah.
Okay, who else is doing a fast action?
You both. Thanks for waking me up.
Since I'm taking my time to
I
move,
do
I think
something
that makes
now?
my action slow.
You can take a slow action because you'll getting up. I'll call that kind of a movement. And you're gonna do slow action, Nira.
Can I?
I think so, yeah. I had to. I feel like I should have had to run towards Sonia to kind of get her attention and be like, this thing, you know, the thing.
Yeah, love it. Pyrus.
Can I, before I decide if I want to fast or slow, can I see where the Captain Lorraine, where is she? Like, is there any way for me to get up to where she is?
She's in my web.
Yeah, she's in Nira's web. Nira, how high did you?
I think it was
chaos
just
web?
below. Just maybe a foot above the ground of the stadium. I think it was like very low. She thought death was coming. There was definitely a large fall involved, and then caught in the net.
Then I'll take a slow action.
Okay. All right. So the rest of the people who are still around you guys are going to attack. I'll make attacks for all of them. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but not chartreuse. Actually, Satine, you can make chartreuse attack this turn too. 8 plus 1, 10 plus 2 is 12, and 12 and 18. Spine, the kicking guy is going to attack Pyrus. Got an 18, and you take 9 points of damage. And then the barnacles on the body is going to go for, unfortunately, he was going to attack Onyx, but now Sonia's there. They got a 14. Does that hit you?
That does hit me.
Does hit you? Okay, so you take 9 points of damage from the barnacles on the barnacle body guy. Okay. Slow action seekers.
Yeah.
Can I summon Natalaki?
Beetle time!
Yes, you can. So, you just channel Natalaki and...
and I even said, Natalaki! And then, yes.
I'm going to say
she starts to come.
Yeah, she actually scuttles up one of those connecting bone structures from the outside donut. She climbs up and down and into the ring and drops down from the ceiling. Like, you rang.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna have her attack Barnacle guy first.
Okay.
And whoever the other, and Barnacle guy and Lady Mast, because she can do that, right? She's got all the.
No. She can only attack one person at a time.
Okay, I'm going after Lady Mast, because we were supposed to be in the society together. What the hell is this
fair.
shit?
Fair. You have her stats, Natalaki stats.
I do. So there's They're not great, but they're something.
That's pretty good. Her natural weapon, look what her bonus is.
I don't think I could see that. I think it was cut off.
Oh, really? Okay, it's a +6. It's a melee +6 with 1 boon.
Oh, +6 with the 1 boon. Oh, yeah, that's great. It's her. Her strength is strength 16, agility 10, intellect 6, will 12, speed 8, and climber. Defense 11. I can't see this. But
Oh no, that's okay. 8? Yeah, so just roll to see if she hits, and roll a d20 and add 6, and then also roll a boon.
Ooh. It's gonna be an 18.
18, that totally hits Lady Mast, and her damage is 3d6. Go ahead.
Lady Mast. Ooh, yeah. It's going to be a 13.
13. Oh, nice. Okay, so this is actually super risky because Lady Mast is like the reason that is one of the reasons the ship works. But you made a deal with her. She kind of went after you. Like this is infighting at its best. And yeah, tell me how. So this is a giant weta beetle, and she's going to use her pincers to claw into Lady Mast, and I mean, there's just so much skin and flesh all over the place.
My thought was actually not that Natalaki came down and then was like, "Hey, what's up?" It was more like Natalaki's like comes down on top of Lady Mast, like falls down on top of Lady Mast. Like,
Okay.
You know, and just
that actually makes a lot of sense because her entire abdomen is covered with spikes, like a medieval torture chamber.
Exactly.
So yeah, she's like the Mario Womp.
Totally.
You know, the womps that just fall on people. That's what she does, except she's also got spikes in her, and it pierces a lot of her mast. Actually, a lot of her actual mast. So that'll need to be repaired maybe before y'all go sailing. Who else is doing a fast action? Was that it?
This is why it's difficult to have humans as parts of your ship. I'm moving slow. But
slow.
it's slow
did
time.
I attack everybody?
I think so.
I think so.
Okay, great. Slow actions then.
Okay.
Nira, you want to go first?
I have so many skills. It's difficult to decide, but I think what I'm going to do is as I'm running up, I'm going to distort time. And I'm going to target a creature in short range. Of course, this adds to my discord, and it adds to the aura of disillusion around me. I make a will attack roll with a boon against the target's strength to slow them down for 1 minute. And I wonder if I could also stab them with my harpoon while they're slowed.
So who are you slowing?
Okay, so that's the question. As I run towards the fray and towards, let's see. So I think I should run closer to Pyrus because Sonia went over where Onyx was. So I think it's, where is Barnacle's man?
Yeah, Barnacles did just attack, I think, Pyrus. So over by Pyrus?
Perhaps he's unwitting as I run up and distort time around him and take my harpoon from behind my back where it's strapped and just stab between the barnacles because you know what? He took my favorite bunk aboard the Grador. He wouldn't give it back.
Absolutely. Yes, make your attack. See if you hit. You're looking for a 15 or higher.
Okay. And this is my will attack roll with a boon. Okay.
With a boon, and also they're slowed, which means when they're slowed, they can only take a slow turn. Yeah, and their speed is halved, and it cannot be benefited from increased speed. So so you get a boon for that.
This is how I slow them.
What?
This attack, this will attack, is to see if distort time is effective.
Oh, I see. Okay. Will attack, and what is it versus?
Strength.
Okay, cool. So strength is 12.
Okay. I got a 14.
Nice. Definitely slowed. Barnacle Man is slowed.
Okay, so now can I get in like a little extra attack because I slowed him down? I'm gonna stab him with this harpoon.
Take your Discord, right?
I will. Okay. I'll take my Discord.
Okay.
Look, I'm not good with a harpoon, okay? I'm really not good with a harpoon. I rolled an 8.
An 8. Okay, yeah, I think your Discord is kind of affecting you're like seeing through the haze of smoke, and it just looks like maybe there's 2 of them, or like the light's being refracted through your own weird crystal energy that's coming through. So when you throw it, it's just like the light was refracted and he's actually over there, which is fine. Anyone could make that mistake.
Barnacle Man.
Chris, Pyrus, what do you want to do?
Yes, I want to bull rush my way through whoever's around me so I can get right next to Captain Lorray.
Yeah.
And then... And she's still bound, yes?
Absolutely, yeah, trapped in the web.
Cool. And then I want to take my club and I just want to whack her as hard as I possibly can, as she's can't move.
She can't even roll out of the way. It is trapping her. Yeah, so you just hit.
I love it, brother.
Careful.
Fighting dirty. It's the
Yeah.
hardest thing to do.
Its defense is 5, so I'm just gonna say you automatically hit.
Okay. And so roll for damage.
I'm really regretting not telling my teammates the deal I made to keep her alive.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. You can do. You're still dual wielding, so you can do both. You can just attack with both of your weapons.
That's a total of 6. But then after I pound her with both of the clubs, I want to get right in her face and I want to say, yield.
Amazing.
Nice.
Okay, so you say yield. I'm gonna, since that's intimidation, go ahead and make a will challenge roll.
Will so bad. Oh, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. What's my will? Oh, it's a 9. Darn it, I rolled an 11, so 10.
That's all you need for the challenge roll. She's also bound and very prone. And she's just caught, and she looks wildly around. She locks eyes with Nira. And she says, Nira, is this you? Is that really you?
It is I, Lorray. I have missed you dearly, and now you must die. She knows I don't mean it.
And she looks. Yeah, go ahead, Pyrus.
Oh no, nothing. I just thought we couldn't hear Nira for a second.
Oh, she looks at you, Pyrus, and says, "Must I die, or must I take you to a place?"
You're to take us somewhere.
I'm just going to casually stroll over to the net as I pick up my harpoon, and is that surrender I hear? She knows that this is just play acting at this point, as there's a glimmer in my eye as I look at her.
And she oh God, okay, I have to make a will. She got a 9, but she's a captain, so she has 1. She got a 10. She has +1, so she got a 10. And she looks at Nira and says, "It's not in my nature to surrender."
I just kind of flip over the spider web. It's like she's stuck in a hammock and can't get out, but it's sticky.
Now it's upside down.
Yeah.
And so you're toying with her, and she looks up at you. And here's what I'll say: she did not roll to surrender, so her team is just her crew is looking at her to find out what to do. And
can I motion to Pyrus that he takes one of his weapons and slashes it at the ends of this hammock net thing that she's wrapped in, and we just start dragging her off as she tries to fight.
Yeah.
And I imagine the chaos is starting to spark a little. It lasts for an hour, and it hasn't been nearly that long, but I'm sure it just like, it's not real material, it's chaos material, so I just picture it sort of, bits of it go in and out of transparency, like a pixel here and there.
I love it. Yes, so you're dragging her along, chaos sparking, and at that moment, you hear a big booming voice, and it says, I did not order the arena to not be bloody. There should be fighting, not toying with people. And you see the custodian's head peer down from the circle in his shell floor, looking right at you, Nira.
I'm about to kill this custodian. All right, are we entering a new round? Because I will take a fast action of something nasty.
Go ahead and do something nasty.
What have I got? Oh, you betcha. You betcha. I'm going to bend space. And I want to, he's leaning his head down from the opening. Okay. So I can teleport to an open space I can see within long range. And what I want to do is maybe Onyx I'll just like trust that something will help me out and I won't fall to my death. But what I'm going to do is teleport to midair just below this opening and grab him by the neck and see if I can just start pulling him down to the battlefield.
Oh my god.
And then I'm almost out of my chaos powers. I have to take 2 discord for this.
So how much discord do you have?
I think that makes it 7.
7. The matter of your body is disrupted and inconsistent, imposing a -4 penalty to your health. Mark that. In addition, you manifest some outward sign of chaos, such as hair that looks like fire, lightning crackling in your eyes, or skin that constantly changes color and texture. But it doesn't have to be any of those. It sounds like you've already got kind of like this, like surrounding,
Fire
almost
hair.
like a storm from the X-Men, kind of swirling energy around you. But tell me what you manifest, because this isn't going away unless you heal Discord.
But yeah, no, I love that. I love the fire hair, especially, just like a rim of fire and sparks in my eyes and
all of it,
all the things. Yeah,
all
mostly
the
fire hair. My hair's on
Mostly
fire.
hair.
It's very Chandra.
Okay, cool. Yeah. On top of that, yeah, your aura around you is still miscolored and distorted, and yeah, you do that. You grab his neck. He's totally taken aback as you start pulling him down. He grabs this kind of conch shell that has been acting as his microphone, and he says through it, I call it, the wind goes to near a way. I'm doing whatever. I don't give a shit. Her voice, near a wayfinder. Near a wayfinder.
I have no control over gravity, so I need Onyx to fly the fuck up here.
Yeah, at that point,
Custodian's plummeting.
I don't give a shit about the custodian.
I'm still holding on to his neck.
I jump up, and not only that, I have Natalaki jump, and so Nira can land on Natalaki's back and take a nice little graceful plunge down, and I'm going to assist with my manipulation of gravity. Obviously, Natalaki's huge, but I'm able to handle quite a bit, and the two of us are able to get Nira down safely. Custodian not so lucky.
You're letting
not
you're
a
letting the
lucky.
custodian fall to his death.
I
Well,
think that he's I'm hanging on to him and he's sort of hanging off of the beetle, unless it's your intention to kill him.
well, I mean,
It's
if
not
he
graceful.
dies, he dies.
Well, Palm would definitely go after
Okay.
him.
Whew.
If Palm sees that Nira,
I'm more concerned about.
I
Nira
reach for
and
him, but I
saving her,
miss.
so.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Nira with like clutching onto his neck is falling. Onyx and Natalaki team up to catch Nira, who as she lands, she drops her clutch on the custodian who has just given you all the win. This guy was in the VIP box. Sonia, you said you might have.
Yeah, and Palm's a sentry right now in his massive form. So like a bunch of people could fall onto Palm and Palm could carry. So and plus the +2 speed and
Right.
extra health in case he did any
Yeah.
massive damage.
So yeah, so
Palm would try to
Palm-
catch him on his back.
I'll say Palm is able to. Oh, that's actually a nice landing on the back. I thought he might catch him with his claws, but that's a nice soft landing, and it doesn't seem as though any fatal damage is really done to the custodian.
Can it knock the wind out of him as he's like leans flopped over it? Like you might put a passed out person over a horse.
Yes, absolutely. And as all of that happens, Lorraine looks over at Nira and says, "You crazy bitch!"
I missed you. And I tackle her hammock she's wrapped in. Let's go get a beer. Sorry, I shouldn't yell.
Wait, where must I take you? I've heard that I had to take you to a place. Your friend said.
We'll talk about it over drinks. And I start using my chaos energy to sort of like dissipate her trap.
Okay, so yeah, you're still dragging her along, and she's like kind of loving it. She's like, "This is crazy! I can't believe I got into this mess!" And the crew's kind of following around, like, "Captain, do you want us to release you?" And she's like, "I'm at the mercy of Mira." And as you drag her off to the cages that are going to transport you back to safety and let the next fight begin, that's where we'll end our session. And you now have passage, or you apparently believe that she'll hold up her end of the bargain. You have passage to perhaps the Serpent's Graveyard.
Oh yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's where she's taking us. She already told Pyrus anything.
So does Nira get the VIP tickets or what?
Oh, I for sure. A deal's a deal. He's alive.
There's a lot more to that deal. She's got to deliver a Heartstone.
Yeah, that's true.
Box seats, guys.
Great point. Wonderful. Amazing job, Amy.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, if you have any Q&A, please shout it out in the chat. And just real quick, let's send people one more time to the Asunder Kickstarter, which I believe is going for a couple more weeks. I don't know the exact end date. It started November 17th. So, oh my gosh, December 17th-ish? I don't know. Maybe I should. If you scroll down, you will see a link. You can go check out the Kickstarter for this incredible system we're playing in. It's such a beautiful world they built. And Amy, you manipulate it with such grace. Traverse it? Anyway, anybody final thoughts?
That was great.
That was really fun.
Yeah,
Super
that was
fun.
good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Our final episode is next week. Please don't miss it. Please tweet it out and share it and tell your friends. And potentially, with stretch goals, there could be more of GAIA'S Judgment. If not, come back soon. And if you're watching on the day live right now, this moment, then come back tomorrow night because we have another role-playing game on my channel where I run some Call of Cthulhu. All right. Thanks, everybody. Love you all. Take care.
Love you.
Bye, guys.
Good night, everybody.